Hello and welcome. Today's story is about kindness, self respect, and a lesson many people learn far too late. In a peaceful farming valley lived a donkey named Bruno. He was known as the most helpful animal for miles around. If someone needed assistance, Bruno was always the first to volunteer. He carried heavy baskets for the chickens, delivered supplies for the sheep, and spent long hours helping the pigs repair their pens. Everyone praised his generosity. Everyone called him dependable. Hearing those compliments made Bruno feel proud. He believed that being useful was the same as being valued. So whenever someone asked for help, he smiled and agreed without hesitation. He rarely thought about his own needs because he was too busy taking care of everyone else's. As time passed, Bruno became the animal that everyone relied on. If a task was difficult, they called Bruno. If a job was unpleasant, they called Bruno. If someone simply didn't feel like doing their own work, they called Bruno. At first, he didn't mind. Helping others made him feel important. But slowly, things began to change. He woke up exhausted each morning. His meals became rushed. His body ached from carrying loads that were never his responsibility. Yet he kept saying yes. Deep down, Bruno feared that if he stopped helping, the animals would stop liking him. He convinced himself that earning approval required endless sacrifice. The more tired he became, the harder he worked, hoping that one day all his effort would be appreciated. One scorching summer afternoon, Bruno collapsed from exhaustion while carrying sacks of grain across the valley. As he lay resting, he watched other animals pass by. Some barely noticed him, and none stopped to help. For the first time, Bruno realized that while many animals appreciated what he did, very few cared about how he was doing. That evening, he reflected on all the times he had sacrificed his own needs to help others. Then he asked himself a difficult question. If he disappeared tomorrow, would anyone show him the same care he had shown them? The next morning, when animals began asking for favors, Bruno politely declined whenever he needed rest or had responsibilities of his own. At first, some complained and accused him of changing. But over time, the animals learned to solve their own problems. Meanwhile, Bruno's life improved. He rested more, regained his strength, and spent time on things he enjoyed. Most importantly, he learned that protecting his time and energy was not selfish. Sometimes, saying no to others meant saying yes to himself. Months later, Bruno had become one of the strongest and happiest animals in the valley. He still helped others when he genuinely wanted to, but he no longer felt responsible for everyone's problems. His kindness came from generosity rather than pressure. And something unexpected happened. The animals who truly respected him stayed in his life. In fact, many respected him more than before because they understood that his help was a choice, not an obligation. Bruno finally learned a lesson that changed everything. Being kind does not mean giving away every piece of yourself. Being generous does not mean ignoring your own needs. Real kindness includes self-respect. Maybe you know what it's like to constantly put others first while neglecting yourself. Maybe you're afraid that setting boundaries will disappoint people. But remember this: the people who only value you when you say yes were never valuing you for the right reasons. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Be kind, but don't forget to be kind to yourself as well. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.